Brics because they are saying you will participate, you will not be dictated to, and your participation will be meaningful, and you will be people with a real voice in decision making. That is the attraction. And I see many African countries joining Brics.
Wagwan Africa, Wagwan world. I am the Kenyan Beast, and we are doing it the African way every day, every time. Now, we have dollar and we have BRICS. And BRICS is giving dollar a lot of competition, or the country in BRICS group is giving countries in Europe countries sleepless night, okay? And even BRICS, they have come up with their money, and a lot of countries are joining BRICS and showing interest to join BRICS. They are showing interest to join BRICS. Now, should African countries join BRICS? That's the question of today. Should African countries join BRICS? Now, let's listen to PLO Lumumba saying something about it, and then we go react on it as we do always. Peace.
BRICS affords African nations an opportunity to liberate themselves economically. Why do I say so? I say so because the engagements that we have had as a continent with Europe in the early days of African, Caribbean, Pacific, in the old European arrangements, most of those arrangements, financial and otherwise, have been parasitic. They have not helped Africa in a meaningful way. The engagements that we have had with institutions which are Western-based and which African countries have token memberships, such as the World Bank or the IMF, have not been beneficial. We will remember the structural adjustment programs in 1980s, from which many African countries have not recovered. All these are bad memories. And I think it is Zambia's Dambisa Moyo in her book Dead Aid who is able to demonstrate to us how those relationships have affected Africa negatively. And another person who demonstrated very ably is the South Korean economist Ha-Joon Chung in his book The Bad Samaritans. So these bad Samaritans have harmed Africa, and for that reason, African countries are saying, but this new thing called BRICS, perhaps it is the savior. Perhaps it is the Noah's Ark that will save us from the flood that has been occasioned by these Western institutions. Whether that is what will happen is a different debate, but that, in my view, is part of the attraction of BRICS, because they are saying you will participate, you will not be dictated to, and your participation will be meaningful, and you will be people with a real voice in decision making. That is the attraction. And I see many African countries joining BRICS.
Should African countries join BRICS, according to you? And if yes, why? Because personally for me, yes, BRICS is good. And it has shown interest to help African countries, not just helping, but each and every African countries and them, the African and or each and every member of BRICS getting some equality. Because African countries, as PLO Lumumba have said for long, we have never had this equality that we are in this AU, or not AU, in Europe Union, this union, the United Nations. We have never had same equals, because there are some countries that are better than others. Even us Africans, we are so rich, but the countries in this United Nations, most of them are exploiting us. They are not helping us. They are suffocating us, and they are killing us. So a lot of countries want to run from a United Nations to go in a BRICS, because maybe BRICS is showing hope to the people of Africa. Is showing hope to the country of Africa. Is showing hope to the continent of Africa. The little thing they have done, like China, how it have helped African countries. People see like China is a good friend in Africa. Russia, how has helped African countries. People see like Russia is a very good friend to Africa. Now they are comparing Africa, or they are comparing Russia to France. Even some countries, they are chasing France and welcoming Russia. You see Nigeria, where people of the countries were demonstrating while holding the flag of Russia, telling Russia to intervene. Because now people believe Russia is a good friend than these other countries from Europe. Personally, if you ask me, should African countries join BRICS, I will tell you no. That's per me. Simply because I believe in the continent Africa. I believe in AU. Africa should come up with one organization, strong organization, that these other Europe countries, these other Asian countries should be fighting to join. Can you imagine African countries coming up with the one organization? Let's use, for example, AU. With the riches we have in Africa, the gold, the oil, the copper, the uranium, the everything we have in Africa, making this group, this organization, the richest. It can be giving loans to all these organizations we have. Just imagine that. So, I'm not saying it's bad for African countries to join BRICS. What I'm saying is, African countries need not to depend on these Europe countries, Asian countries, not to depend on China or Russia. We want to see these countries like China and Russia depending on Africa too. We want to see US, France depending on Africa too. We want to see them, they want resources, but they are coming to us. They are coming to Nairobi and meeting our president and telling him, we want some gold here. Can you help us? How will you do? And our president is there, one-man army, telling them, hey, we are the boss here. So you follow our orders. But even now, country like China, they want resources from Africa. But all African countries, they will be called to China to go and to discuss how China will get resources. Yeah. Embarrassment. Should Africa join BRICS? And why? If no, why? If yes, why?
Number one, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to stand on the no side or on the yes side.
Yeah.
But I would want to say something. Mm-hmm. You have spoken about Africa coming up with one body that African countries will be in, and other countries will be maybe craving to join that body. That is good. Number two, we had United Nations that came, and a lot of countries joined United Nations. In the beginning, it was a good deal. It was something nice, okay? But at the end of the day, we realized that some people are being pressed. Some people are not getting enough. And some people are not being treated, or maybe they're not satisfying, they're not benefiting from the United Nations compared to other countries. And mostly, African countries were the countries that weren't benefiting more, okay?
Yeah.
Western countries were benefiting more than African countries were benefiting, okay? We had the AU, that is the African Union, okay? It's a body that should run African countries. But again, from what we see every day and from what we hear, we realize that even AU is not what we thought it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It is something else. But it's an African body. It is a body that has been made by Africans, so it could be able to actually look on the what should I say? The maslahi. What is that? Actually our issues,
our interest of
our
African
matters. The African people matters, African countries matters, our issues, okay? It was supposed to be there for our issues and our matters, okay? But again, from what we hear and from what we see on our daily life, it is like even AU again, it is compromised.
It is because it was
Okay.
it is because it was organized or bring up together with the influence
Okay.
of the
white
yeah,
supremacy.
Yeah.
And so AU again, it is compromised. Okay?
I think we need
And
to
so-
resolve.
And so it is very hard if Africa, we are looking forward to come up with a body that African countries will be in, and therefore we make it better and we make it good and strong to an extent, even the Western countries will be craving to join, then we should come up with a way of making that body. Okay? And we should create a good channel on which we're going to create that body. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
And so, if it is we making it, it should be we making it.
And that's why
we should have
that's why we have Sahel.
And we should have the same agenda. We should have the same goals. We should have the same things we want to achieve, the same purpose. Okay? But if a white supremacy is going to guide us on making that that particular body, then it's going to be very hard for us to come up with a body that is going to be strong enough for the other countries to come and join. I don't think if Brics started a long time ago, but it comprises of less countries. Okay, so we haven't seen what Brics is capable of doing.
But we have seen what countries that are in Brics are capable of doing to Africa. That's China and Russia. We have seen their influence.
That's China and Russia. We have seen, but the deal is they say when the deal is too good, you have to think twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Always, when the deal is too good, think twice. Always. When the white people came into our country in Africa, they came in the name of spreading the gospel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we welcomed them, knowing they are good people. The deal was too good at that time. We never had an opportunity to think twice because we were blinded to see that maybe these people could be having another agenda. And then whatever happened, you know whatever happened. Whatever happened, happened. Okay? And so when the deal is too good, especially when you're dealing with the Western countries, maybe when you're dealing with the superpower countries, or maybe those countries that are in Africa, you need to be very careful when you're handling them, when you're dealing with them. Okay? So far, I haven't seen Russia actually messing up with African countries. I haven't seen them messing up with African countries.
And I believe, let me add that. I believe Russia hasn't messed up with African countries because Russia, okay, I don't know much, but I think Russia is an enemy to the countries that are. So, an enemy, a friend of your enemy, or an enemy of your...
Yeah, a friend of your enemy is your enemy.
Is your enemy.
Okay? Because if we have an enmity between me and you have a friend, definitely that friend should be my enemy. Okay?
So Russia, I think they are using this opportunity to try to tell Africa we are good.
And
we are not like them.
those are the kind of the things that we don't want.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of the things we don't want because that is like taking advantage of what is happening between
taking advantage of what is happening in Africa.
Don't come to befriend me because you want to make the other person feel bad. Okay? That is bad. If your friendship is genuine, let it be genuine.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be coming to actually befriend me or make me your friend because you want to make the other person feel bad. Okay? Or maybe you want to destroy the other person. So you feel like the only best way you can make the other person feel bad is by making friendship with me. That is like using me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Are you getting me? That is like using me
so
to get
we are
what
still being used.
You want. So you cannot be very sure telling me that Brics is good, or rather Brics is better. Even China is not a friend of the United States. They've been struggling here. Who is powerful? Who is powerful? Who is powerful? Okay,
and all of them they're using Africa.
There was a time that the United States abolished the use of the things that are coming from China.
TikTok.
China made things. China made equipments. There was a time back then.
China phones.
Yeah, everything that is made in China was abolished in the United States. Are you aware on that?
I'm very aware of that.
Yeah, and anything would it be military equipment? Would it be what? They were abolished.
There is this phone. There is this phone called Huawei.
Yes.
Huawei, long time ago, the Huawei 2019, like the one, like this one I'm using here. It had Chrome, Play Store, all that.
Yeah.
But there's issue between China and USA.
And the USA.
And Google is for USA.
Yeah.
Now, the Huawei phones that are being made nowadays, it doesn't have Google. So you need to improvise.
Okay.
So even China is not a friend too.
To the United States.
So they are trying
That is my question.
to show us we are good.
And
We are
listen,
not like them.
Listen, you see, China. I want you to get something here. China and the United States, they're not friends, though they don't show. But the truth is that they are not friends. Okay. Russia and the United States,
Yeah.
they are not friends. That one everybody knows. They aren't friends. Okay.
Yeah.
So, can you paint a picture where China and Russia are coming together?
Same enemy.
Same enemy. Okay? An enemy to the US, an enemy to the US. When they come together, they have an agenda.
And
Even if they cannot betray that agenda,
the agenda is to make the dollar collapse.
Exactly. Because let us get some maybe
Let's be
some mind here. Why is it that Brics would be formed? Okay, and then all of a sudden Brics is making a currency, a certain currency. They are coming up with a certain currency for themselves. Okay, remembering that USA, they are the initiatives of
the dollar is very popular.
They are the initiatives of what? Of dollar. Okay? And some African countries, they've been using dollars. Okay? So BRICS right now is actually they're asking other countries to come and join BRICS. And one of the things they want to do is to improvise their currency.
Bring one currency.
To bring one currency for the BRICS and the countries in BRICS. Remembering one thing, these two countries are the enemies of the United States. And African countries, we want to join there. Right now, they might have make everything equal. Compared, maybe we're getting equal things. Everything, when it comes to development, it is equal. When it comes to interest, it is equal. When it comes to the sharing, maybe of resources and what, it is equal. But what makes you think that this character, or maybe this caliber, maybe it will continue for the rest of the time that BRICS is going to exist?
So, as we finish, because we have another session now, we have another session to catch here. Just we finish, we say, should Africa countries join BRICS?
I wouldn't think that they should.
You wouldn't advise that.
Like maybe what I would say is this. You know, we have said this time and again. We will say it again. Africa, we are capable. And Africa, there is nothing we cannot do. Okay? Africa, we need to change the way we are coming, maybe the way we are going about things and the way we are handling things. Okay? So, joining BRICS would not be something that is going to change Africa. I don't think so. And I would not advise African to join BRICS, because if we join BRICS, number one, if, let's say, for example, all the leaders of Africa, they decide to join BRICS, it means China is going to benefit. Russia is going to benefit. Ask me why. Because we are richer than China. The truth, not what we see. When we talk the truth, we are richer than China and we are richer than Russia. True or false? And so, assuming all the countries of Africa, they have joined BRICS, remembering considering the fact that BRICS started by, I believe it started by those countries, China, the Brazil, the Russia, okay, before even South Africa joined. Are we together on that?
Yeah.
So, why can't we, Africa, why can't we come up with something? Why can't we decide to wake up and come up with something that people would want to join?
That's what I said.
Like, why? Because we know we are able, we know we have the potential, and we know we are capable. Like, why can't we decide one day, we come up with something that other countries or the Western countries would want to join?
Yeah.
Why can't we come up with the principle that will make even those countries see us as just nobodies? Okay?
Yeah.
So, my point, I don't think like we should be craving, maybe we should be actually crying
to join,
or maybe
BRICS.
To join BRICS. I don't think so.
So
it's either we come up with something or we continue as a country we start eliminating ourselves from these things to do, like all those things we are in. Every power that maybe are being implemented by the white supremacy and all those things, we come up with our own things we can do by ourselves. But joining BRICS, despite the fact that Russia is good, it hasn't messed up or tampered with Africa. Despite the fact that China has not tampered with Africa, we need to come up with something. We don't need to be actually at the fact that Russia is in BRICS and China is in BRICS, so we want to join them. No.
And that's why we as a Pan-African and we as the people of Africa, we are supporting what Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have done, because they have removed themselves from ECOWAS and started the Sahel. And we could ask more countries to join Sahel. We could ask more countries to join the troop of Burkina Faso, to join them, because as we see, this is something that it's going to be greater, because Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, for what we know up to now, they have same agenda, and the agenda is to do away with the imperialism. The agenda is to do away with the white supremacy. The agenda is to run themselves, is to be the power, the countries using their own resources. So tell me in the comment section, what do you think? Should African countries join BRICS? Yes or no? Until next episode, peace be with you.